Hey everybody, it's King Koopas here, and welcome back to some more Sonic Adventure 2. In the last part, I completed my guide for Chao, which I'm kind of happy how it turned out, kind of not. I'm mixed, could have done better, but it's hard to think of stuff when you're on the spawn, and I'm way too lazy to write a script, so I'm not going to do that. In this part, we're going to get the last of our emblems for the Chao races and Chao Karate. We're going to go ahead and start with the Chao races. Now, how is this going to work, essentially? As you can see, there are a whole bunch of races here. Like, for example, we got the beginner race. Let's see, let me just go back. Sorry. We got beginner races, jewel races, challenge, and all this other stuff. These are where you're going to be getting a whole bunch of your emblems. You have to complete all the races for each of these if you're going to get one emblem for Chao World. Excuse me. And some of these races, for example, the jewel races, there's like 25 plus races, and these races could take like 5 minutes to complete. So I'm going to save you a few headaches, and I'm just going to go ahead and start jumping around to the last race, because there's... Here, I'll show you. Like, let's go to the jewel races, for example. Select, let's see, I guess we'll just select Jackie, because he's my main man. We go here, as you can see, there's 5 levels here. And actually, I think since I did this on another file, it's already unlocked, so I don't need to show you all these other races. But essentially, I'm just going to do the level 5 races, because those are the important ones. If you can beat level 5, you can beat all the ones before it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. It looks like I may not even need to cut. I mean, I may not even commentate, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's begin with the beginner races. These are the easiest races. You don't need high-level Chao to do these in the slightest. Excuse me. And I should also explain, for these races, you get toys. Like, if you beat the highest level race, you get toys. And, you know, this allows your Chao to play to, you know, give your Chao stuff to play with. Excuse me. Now, again, I'll go over these races here. Crab Pool, this is for swimming. This is for flying, running, and power. So, you know, not hard in the slice. Let's just go ahead and enter in Jackie for Crab Pool. And I'll just give you a quick rundown on how these races work. Now, how races work completely depend on your stats. You'll be racing up against, I believe, 8 other Chao, something like that. Anyway, just waiting for these guys to get going. How the Chao is at the beginning doesn't make any difference. You press go, and as you can see, your Chao has a stamina bar. And essentially how this works is, you can press the A button to give your Chao a little bit of a speed boost. And I'll cheer him out. You don't want to keep pressing A like that to use up all your stamina, because if you run out of stamina, your Chao will move a lot slower and you won't be able to cheer him on anymore. So you're going to want to, so you have to find like a good pace of tapping the A button and not tapping the A button. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm just going to see if it's actually going to give me the toy here. It may not. Yeah, it's not going to say it. So what I'm just going to start doing is every time we finish the race, I'm just like going to... Okay, and apparently I got an emblem out of that. Apparently I got a whole bunch of emblems out of that. I don't know, like I said, it's weird because of how Chao data is stored. It's probably just gonna glitch up really funkily. But, whatever. I can show all this. I'm still gonna show all the races. I shouldn't have gotten 2 emblems for that, but whatever. Whatever. I'm gonna show you the requirements. But anyway, like I said, I'm just gonna post. Actually, I'm going to pause the video right here, and I'm going to put up a list of all the toys that you can get for each of the races that you can just kind of read through. So if there's a specific toy you want to go for, you can just read that list. Alright, moving on to Stumpo Valley. And I'm probably not really going to go into what I want to talk about, which is the important matter. Because since there really isn't going to be a credit sequence for me to talk about, what I'm going to take the time to do is during the races, I'm going to talk about how I feel this project turned out. Because I believe as long as this doesn't take 5 years, this is going to be the last part. Because, you know, I've gotten all the 180 emblems, I've showed off almost everything I want to show off. Anything else that I haven't showed off, I'll just cover in bonus videos. And as you can see, Jackie is a son of a bitch and does what he wants. But that's how he works. Okay, as you can see, I can see just how slow and very paceful this can take. I also don't even want to show the beginner races because anyone under the sun can beat them, but I'm a nice guy, so I'm gonna go ahead and do all that stuff. By the way, something else you can also get in these races, that you can see like different types of Chao. So if you want to like get a preview of what a Chao that you're raising may look like, the races can be a great place to, do a little exhibition work to, excuse me, Jesus, had coffee, now I'm burping, son of a bitch. Jesus, don't start burping now, Matt. That's not a nice thing. I hate burping. Well, I love burping, but I don't like it when I'm on camera, because that's kind of annoying. Get used to hearing that jingle, because the Chao race music, I love it, but it gets obnoxious after a while. As you can see, though, there's absolutely no Chao. Oh, by the way, something I kind of described there. Your Chao can randomly trip. It's completely random, but I believe if he has a higher running stat, he'll trip less. I want to believe that, but I don't think that's true. But either way, if your Chao trips over, don't press the A button because you're just wasting stamina. Won't make him get up faster. So, yeah. There we go. End of the race. And again, like I said, you'd be getting toys all this if your Chao didn't have any of these toys. And I guess I can also explain. You can get 2 toys near, the shovel and the watering can. When a Chao gets those 2 toys, it can then plant seeds in your Chao garden, and that'll grow trees, which can produce different types of fruits. Basically, all you do is once your Chao has the shovel and the watering can, give the Chao your seed and let it wander around for an hour until it finally finds a place where it wants to bury it. Let me tell you, I've been sitting in my garden for 20 minutes at times, waiting for a Chao to find a good spot for the seed. It can take a while. Anyway, Block Canyon as I'm trying to select. And again we got to listen to this song. And it is incredibly annoying. Because I am going to... Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm done. It's just, I was here for... And I was on my first playthrough. I was here for like an hour trying to get all the races done, because essentially the best strategy for completing races is to quite literally just get one really powerful Chao and do it all in one go. It's tedious, but it just saves time from going in and out of the gardens and all that other nice stuff. So, yeah, anyway, that concludes all the beginner races. So now we're going to get to a little bit of more challenging territory. Yeah, whatever. Congratulations. Go to hell. Anyway, now we're going on to the Jewel races. Jewel races, are really hard. You need really high levels and stats if you want to even stand a chance. And by the way, something I forgot to say, if your Chao wins an event, it'll get like a jewel or a medal or something posted on his chest. So that can be kind of nice to have, but as you can see, there's different ones. We got Aquamarine, this is swimming, flying, running, power. Onyx is for winning is brains and luck, so the luck and intelligence stats need to be high. So pretty much just get a really high level Chao because by default his stats will be really high. And then Diamond is like all around, like you need good in everything to do the Diamond course. Now, as we're beginning the Aquamarine course, let's go ahead and talk about this Let's Play because, like I said, I'm gonna turn on my volume so I can actually think. There we go. Now, this Let's Play, it's kind of special to me because this Let's Play was something I've always wanted to do. When I was a kid and I figured out that one of these days I want to do Let's Playing, I thought to myself, I want to Let's Play this game for one of the games eventually. I don't care how long it takes me, I want to Let's Play this game. When this game finally got a Steam release, I jumped for joy. Not only because I could replay this game in high definition, but also just because I knew I could Let's Play it. I was so happy to do this. And as for how this Let's Play turned out, I think it turned out pretty good, all things considered. I mean, I had so much fun doing this Let's Play. Like, it's unbelievable. I thought Psychonauts was fun. This Let's Play took fun to the whole new level. I couldn't wait to record this. Really, the only reason I took as long as it did was because editing is a son of a bitch at times. Because you know how long editing can take when you have a lot of cutting and speeding up and stuff like that to do. And I want to say this Let's Play turned out better than Psychonauts, but I can't really say that with a straight face because Psychonauts, I do feel was the first Let's Play where the Let's Play, felt like it was me. It was my own Let's Play. This game had that exact same feeling. I really felt like I wasn't really ripping off anyone's style or anything. I was just kind of having fun doing things my way. And I'm really happy about that. But at the same time, I kind of feel there were some parts that were really dry. Like, for example, we were going back for all the emblems. Oh my god, the amount of just blank-mindedness is amazing. And I think I resorted to just my own stupidity a little too often. But I don't know, maybe some of you people actually enjoy listening to my stupidity. Who the hell knows? I can't tell you. But all in all, I think this Let's Play turned out good. I think it's one of my... like I said, I don't think it's my best Let's Play to date. I think it's probably tied with Psychonauts in my opinion. But I had fun doing it. I think my commentary was at least interesting. I had a few really good funny moments. I had a few really good epic win moments. And of course, like any Let's Play should, I had quite a bit of failing when we got into some of the harder levels. And you know, failing is nice as long as it's in short spurts. It's not like it's a constant fail montage every episode. Failing is a nice thing. But yeah, I'm happy with how this turned out. I hope you guys really enjoyed this Let's Play because I had an absolute blast playing this game again and actually sharing it. I don't know if I'll ever touch this game. Like, well, I'll touch it again eventually because I'm going to want to relive this game whenever I want. But I'm probably not going to play it much after I'm done this Let's Play just because, you know, this is my second time in like 3 months 100%ing this game, and this game is still a nightmare to 100%. Trust me, I still stand by that this game is one of the hardest games to 100% ever. I make it look easy. It's not easy. Let me tell you, this is years of experience breaking through to bring you what you saw in this Let's Play. Like, for example, in the hard mode run for Final Chase. Oh my god. You have no idea how many times it took me the first time. It was a nightmare first time through because it's just, oh. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all my rant. That's pretty much all I have to really say on the matter. I'm happy with how things turned out. Could have turned out better in some areas, like for example, when we were going back for the emblems. But I cut back a lot. Like I cut free and I cut loose a lot more in this video, or this series. I tried some new things, and I'm quite happy with how everything turned out. So now that I'm done my babbling, I think I'm going to go ahead and just stop commentating, and I'm just going to let you enjoy the rest of these races, because I'm going to be here for a while. So I think I'm just going to stop commentating through the races, but if there's something I need to explain, I'm going to go ahead and explain. So that being said, enjoy the rest of the races. Well, dual races at least. Um... Um... Okay, so apparently that Chao has so much swag that it was allowed to just run through without doing the puzzle. I'm trying to understand. Okay, now that we're done with the duel races, we're gonna move on to the challenge races. Now, the challenge races are probably the most entertaining races because they're special type of races. Like, for example, here we got where we can race Omochao, we can race small animals. We can even get He from Sonic Adventure, if you remember him. Freaking Cockroach Chow. Anyway, you can get some really interesting Chow races here. Unfortunately, I don't want to be here for an hour because each of these races are at least 5 minutes. So again, I'm just going to cut to the chase and we're going to move to Here Comes the Ultimate Rival. Again, if you can beat this guy, you can beat any of them. The only one that I ever really had issues were the Small Animal Challenge and He Strikes Back. And those are really the only two challenges that you may have trouble with. I recommend for Small Animal Challenge, try and get a Chow that has a really high running stat, because it's a purely running based course. If you have a Chow that has a high running stat, he should have no problem beating the Small Animal Challenge. For He Returns, I recommend like having Jackie, like my Chow, just really well-rounded stats. And without further ado, let's do the Ultimate Rival battle. You fool, you've activated my trap card. I guess one thing that I can say here, for those of you who are trying to beat this race at home, this guy is incredibly dumb. Like, this Chow's stats, he has really good all-around stats, but his intelligence and luck are pretty low. So, if you have a Chow with high luck and stats, you can sometimes get ahead purely based off that. So, that's kind of just a general tip I can give you for this race. That guy does look amazing, though. Like, Jesus, I want a Chow that looks like that. Also, lol texturing error. Okay, now it's time for the hero race. Now, the hero races are interesting because only Hero Chao are allowed to partake in the... Actually, it's Hero and Neutral are the only ones that are allowed. So again, we're just going to go ahead and do the Devil versus Angel battle. Pretty much exactly the same thing it was in the challenge race. It's just, again, a slightly different opponent. And I think this one actually has somewhat of a brain. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You should be good if you have a really powerful Chao like I do, so... Yeah, just, you know, do the race a few times, because remember, even if you fail the race the first time, you can still win a second time. Like, for example, you may get lucky and the enemy Chao may trip, or it may screw up on a Jack in the Box. So just replay the race a few times. You never know what might happen. Okay, and now there's one final race. The Dark Races. For the Dark Races, you're only allowed to use a Dark Chao. I'm going to be using Dash Chao. He's the Chao that I used before. However, this could really go either way because in my original run-through of this race with Dash Chao, I got lucky on a lot of areas. So this can go either way. Anyway, Angel versus Devil. We'll see what happens. Okay, so for the sake of pacing and not being here for an hour, I went ahead and just used Fusion's Chao Editor to raise his stats. Like I said, I've done this race before with this Chao. It's just a matter of getting lucky, and I don't feel like putting up with this for an hour, so I just went ahead and raised my stats just so I can get this done with. Okay, and there we go. That concludes all the races. Again, I'm sorry for resorting to Fusion's Chao Editor, but I'm just... Ugh. That race could have taken 300 tries without it, because I don't feel like racing my Chao right now. Anyway, Chao Karate, this is the last part. This is where you're going to get your last 4 emblems. Alright, now, actually I think they removed the multiplayer, whatever. Chao Karate is the epitome of basic. Now, as you can see it right here, different stats correspond to different things for your Chao. Your swimming is your defense, flying is your stealth, which is essentially I'll explain it as we go on, but run is speed, power is power, and health is stamina. Alright, so I guess I'll go over how Chao Karate works. Essentially, let's select Shaki. We'll start out with beginner, because we're going to have to complete all of these to get our last 4 emblems. And as you can see, we're going against Chao Karate. It's a 1v1. We have to battle our way to the top, essentially, like Karate Kid style. Essentially, how this works is you pretty much just don't do anything. You pretty much gotta wait for your Chao to... Wow, that's pathetic. Essentially, you just gotta wait for your Chao to do something, essentially. Like, and how it works, essentially, is if a Chao has a faster running stat, it will do stuff faster. If it has a high enough power stat, it'll do different moves. Like, for example, it'll do a roundhouse kick, or it'll charge up a punch like that. Higher swimming stat is, the more the hits it can take, but without losing all its health. The more, and the more flying it has, is the more it'll dodge attacks, because Chao are able to dodge attacks, and the more stealthy it is, the more it's able to. Rules for this is obviously, if your Chao's health reaches 0, you lose. However, if you're able to knock a Chao out of the ring, that also counts as a loss. There's that roundhouse I was talking about. It starts out really easy, but let me tell you, the super, which is the hardest difficulty for Chao Karate, is brutal. More than anything, I recommend getting a power Chao for this, because how hard you hit, in my opinion, is the most important factor. While other factors are indeed important, it's not, like, huge. And as you see, that Chao actually dodged a shot. Now, you pretty much don't do anything. However, if your Chao's zeal gets low like that and it starts taking a nap, you have to start mashing the A button to get your Chao to get back up, which I'm going to have to show in the higher difficulties. But other than that, that's pretty much the whole interaction. And I just wanted to dispel the rumor right now. A lot of people seem to think that giving your Chao hats, which by the way I don't think I've ever explained, if you give your Chao a skull dog, a small animal, it can wear hats. And if it wears a hat, it's purely cosmetic. It doesn't raise your defenses, it doesn't make you more powerful. Hats are purely cosmetic, as they should be. Anyhow, Grand Champion, whoop-de-frickin-do. I'm probably not going to commentate through the rest of the matches unless, you know, just whatever. And anyway, there's another emblem. 3 more to go. $180. Congratulations, you've collected all the emblems. A secret stage is unlocked. And with that, we have gotten every single emblem in Sonic Adventure 2. A feat that I think a lot of people have only dreamt of doing. Now, what is your reward for getting 100% in getting all the emblems? A secret stage is unlocked. What is this secret stage? Extra stage, Green Hill Zone. Yup, it's a 100% 3D recreation of Green Hill Zone. Something that, let me tell you, when I first got to when I was a kid, this is the ultimate joygasm of a nerd, because quite literally, everything is here. There's even classic sounds. This is, in my opinion, a great reward for 100%. It's not quite worth it, because of the nightmare that you need to go through to do it, but it is such a fun stage. Like, holy shit. I played through this stage so many times when I first got it. Levels, by the way, you are ranked on this level, however your rank is not saved. However, I'm going to still try and go for my A rank. There's a few ways you can do it. My personal favorite is to just basically kill all the enemies you can see and then get a big time bonus. That's my preferred method. But you can also, like for example, abuse invincibility because you get double points when you got invincibility on and okay, I almost killed myself. There's also a Chao box here, but surprisingly, I think there's only one of them in this level, I believe, so that's where it is. If there is more, that's news to me, but I remember reading that that was the only one in the level. And this level is just, oh my god, I love this level so much. It's so relaxing, it's such a nice reward. Unfortunately, you don't get like all 3 acts and a boss and whatnot, but I mean, this is just awesome. By the way, you can only get this if you have the Battle DLC, because just the default Sonic Adventure 2 did not have this. So keep that in mind for all of you who are paying attention. You can get the Electro Shield here, which is nice, and now this is a nice big clump of rings that you can continuously go up and try and get, which I'm going to get because... Okay, there we go. I want to get a nice clump of rings. That's always nice. I'm just going to keep going. By the way, try not to fall because you don't want to die on Green Hill Zone Act 1. Only scrubs die on Green Hill Zone Act 1. Oh, okay, that was weird. For some reason, I hit home attack thing. I don't know what's weird. I don't know if that was an A rank or not, and I personally don't care. The score is not saved. If you honestly want to A rank this, go for it. It doesn't matter. 12,000, is that enough? I only B.
Too easy. Piece of cake.
Whatever, I'll post like the A rank score on screen now for those of you who want to go for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Sonic Adventure 2. I don't really know what else to say. We've gotten all our A ranks, all our emblems. I've showed off the bonus stage. I've explained Chao to the best of my ability. Let's see, is there anything else I can show off? Not really. Let's see. You can, where is it? You can play the bonus video if you want, which is very nice. I think you get that after completing the main story, which I'll, like, show in a bonus part or something. But I'm not going to show it here because this part's already dragging out for too long. And the only thing I can't really show is the 2-player battle, because I don't have another player to play with, and unfortunately I'll probably also need a second controller, because I doubt anyone wants to go up against a guy with a controller on this game, so that's really all I can say. I wish I could show the actual battle DLC and like all the costumes, but I can't, so unfortunately that part's gonna have to go uncovered. If you want to see videos of it online, just Google it. If you want to see the alternate costumes, you can find that all online. It's pretty interesting. But that's pretty much it. I kind of wish there was more. This Let's Play was so much fun, and I kind of wish I could keep it going, but I've showed everything I can about this game, so I think it's time to move on. I thank you so much for watching. For anyone who did end up watching this, this was just a blast to play and a great way to revisit a very memorable game from my childhood. And for my next project, I don't know when I'm gonna get it up. Probably sometime soon. Probably about, I'm gonna say about a week after I upload this part. So maybe about 2 or 3 weeks for me. And I just hope it's not leagues out of what I can do. But anyway, there's one more thing that I think you should listen to. You've heard Live and Learn, like segments of it, but I don't think in the game that the full version is ever played. So I think we're gonna end it off on the full version, the remastered version what I added of Crush 40's Live and Learn. So with that, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next Let's Play.